My friends, it's really easy to sit behind a keyboard and to bang out messages. It's really easy to critique people. It's really simple to tell people what they're doing wrong. It's really easy to sit back and judge another man or another woman. I'd have you consider for a second, my friends, that the ultimate form of power is vulnerability. It's vulnerability. See, you've heard the word vulnerability before. You've heard it a ton of times, and you think of vulnerability as like weakness, right? Or fear, insecurity. I can't be vulnerable. I can't share the message. I can't share my thoughts. I can't share my feelings. Why? Because that would make me vulnerable. And I'd have you consider for a second, my friends, that the more vulnerable you are, the more powerful you become. What do I mean by this? Imagine if you have a fear of public speaking. Imagine if you have a fear of standing in front of an audience and sharing a message, but yet you get called on to do it, whether it's at your work or your church or your neighborhood community or whatever. Most times, what happens when you get off that stage, when you get off of that place and you're done? You feel empowered. You feel a little bit stronger. You're like, well, shit, I just did that. Maybe I could do that again. Maybe I didn't like it, but I feel stronger. What happens when you sit down with the loved one? What happens when you sit down with the friends and the family and you share real shit? Like raw, vulnerable shit. Thoughts that you had as a child, experiences that you had, things that you're terrified of, things that like make you lose sleep at night, like vulnerable things. What happens when you're done with those conversations? You feel alive. You feel empowered. You feel strong. You feel like, shit, I can take on the world. My friends, I want you to consider for a second today that the single greatest form of power is vulnerability. It's being vulnerable. A lot of people love to freaking critique my messages. They love to critique whatever I say, and that's cool. I'm okay with it. But I'm sharing me. And sometimes it gets me blocked from Facebook. Sometimes that pisses a lot of people off. I'm okay with that. Because every single day I feel more and more power. Every single day I feel more and more alive. Every single day I feel more and more free to share real shit. Vulnerable shit. I want more power in my life. I want more power in my relationships. I want more power in my body. I want more power in everything that I can do. I believe that's why we're here. I believe that's like ultimately what we're after is this mastery of life, this mastery of our mind, this mastery of our soul. My friends, I really feel strongly, had this conversation with a friend the other day, that the ultimate form of power is by being vulnerable. The more vulnerable you are, the more powerful you are. The more powerful you are, the more capable of creating you are. The more capable of creating you are, the more liberty you have, the more freedom you feel. And those are feelings that all of us want. So my friends, consider that for today. Be more vulnerable. Share more real shit. Get radically honest. Get radically authentic. Be more vulnerable if you want to be more powerful. My friends, make it an epic day. God bless America.